Oh, well,
Well, here we go.
goodness, it all just popped up at one time.
It did.
It didn't even give us a little bit of a warning there.
There we go. I'm going. I always pull it up on my phone so I can see who's coming and going.
Okay, we'll give everybody a few minutes. See some jumping on already.
There we go. Hey, y'all.
Hey, Sarah, May Nana Bear, Nana's Little Loves. What up, Miss?
Miss
Miss anybody?
Linda and Miss Alfreda.
I'm trying to give it just a few minutes before we get going real good.
Hey, Miss Dawn.
All right. So it's been a little busy Sunday with the new year, and much different than our Christmas with it being 80 degrees today.
I was
Hey, Tammy, Nora,
hot.
Caddy Corner.
And NC.
Hey, Valerie.
Shannon.
Trying to just catch everybody as I
Tammy,
go.
Mary.
Mary.
Did you say Valerie?
I did.
Okay. There's Miss Sue and Grammy.
I knew Miss Sue was coming.
There's Angie.
I'm going to talk about Angie
Caddy Corner said 80.
here in just a minute. Angie said something I really, really liked a few minutes ago about her goals for the new year.
Yep.
I typed it in my notes. She said, regardless of what it is, dream big. Write it down. Whether you think you can pull it off or not, dream big. And I love that. And I typed it into my notes, Angie. I wanted to make sure I stole that one. Yes, Caddy Corner. It was 79 degrees today. And it was 19 this time last week.
I wore a long sleeve dress with a cardigan over it, and whew,
Zoe was getting dressed for church, and she said, "Am I gonna burn up in this today?" And I said, "Probably." I think it was showing 70 at the time that we were gonna get out of church at 12 o'clock. So. Yeah, it's a huge difference.
There's Aunt Lucy. Hi, Regina.
Well, Angie, I'm sticking to it. I'm going to pin that because that is going to be something I keep in mind for this year, because we'll talk about it in a minute, but my goodness, we've set some pretty lofty goals for this year. And
hey, Cassie. Well,
hey, Cassie.
And when you're in the midst of the year, it's hard to see where you've been or what you can. Where I said don't remember the dirty P word.
Yeah.
But it's hard to see what you can still accomplish. At the beginning of last year, I never would have thought we would have 30 pigs.
Yeah.
We got those 6, and we were like, oh my gosh, what are we doing?
With 6, yeah.
With 6, and here we are. And it's just, you just don't know where you can be until you're actually, in it and just doing it. And it's not as hard.
Well, I can tell you
hey, Miss Donna, I've been missing seeing you.
A year ago, I did not see us having 3,000 subscribers on YouTube either.
I know.
And I know that's still very small. It is. But it's still, that is way beyond what I saw happening.
Oh, yeah. Cassie said who all was asleep by 10 p.m. last night.
We were, and we woke back up.
Well, you were kind of awake, and I woke up, and I went and got a shower, and then you got a shower, and then by the time I watched some of that CMT or whatever it was,
Yeah.
the music note drop. And then I was like, oh, it's 12:02. I looked at Nick and I said, well, Happy New Year. And we went on to sleep.
I bet Cassie and Gary were partying hard.
Partying hard with that.
Heidi said she woke up at 12:01.
I mean, we're too old to do anything.
No, she said say.
We're
Look,
too old for all that.
I was trying to finish watching the Georgia game, and I was struggling. So, yeah, it wasn't working out for me.
You need something? Okay.
I see a lot of people saying they were out, too.
Yeah, the woke up fireworks. Everybody's...
Well, Wes's Aunt Lucy was up all night.
Well, more power to you, because I can't hang. I can't hang. Nick will stay up pretty late, but I cannot do it.
But I'm usually like editing a video or something. Y'all, you want to know the difference in how life is now versus a year ago? I would make everybody in the house not speak during an Alabama game. This year, I had my headphones in. I was watching it and not even listening to it because I was editing a video.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
When I was pregnant with Rhett, Nick would get so rowdy at the TV that Rhett would bounce around in my belly.
He would start kicking.
If you fall asleep on the couch, does it still count?
Well, the first time I fell asleep was in the recliner, so I want to claim that I was technically still up.
Yeah, you hadn't gotten in the bed yet. Oh,
Lucy was dealing with fireworks and her dogs barking, but
ours did not. They knocked out in the floor. They were not in it.
Y'all, we let Holly out to go to the bathroom, and Zoe said, you better let her back in. I just heard fireworks. We opened the door, and she was asleep on the welcome mat. She was out.
Yeah.
And our neighborhood was just lighting up with big fireworks and bright and loud, and she was knocked out. She didn't
face anybody around here. I figured Bandit would have been upset, or he don't like noises, and he was fine.
Cassie said YouTube wasn't the life of the week. For me to be that different about Alabama football,
yeah, no.
I don't know. Grammy said her processing chickens during the game. I did that during the Tennessee game.
We had our moms come over to watch the Alabama-Tennessee game with us, but the only stipulation was they had to sit outside where we set up the TV while we processed chickens.
Moved the TV into our processing area, and we were processing broilers during the Alabama-Tennessee game. So, yeah, that's true.
They're used to it at this point. They don't... They're just...
It's kind of our whole family has just kind of bought in.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of broilers, that's one of mine. I know that Zoe's in too because she's already mentioned it, but one of my goals for next year is to double our broilers production. That means more chicken tractors and more fencing, but I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. And I've got to do some more digging, but it seems like we may be able to sell cuts next year.
Y'all, that would be a game changer for us.
We have had a lot of people looking for cuts.
Mm-hmm. Cuts,
they just want packs of breast. They just want thigh, leg quarters,
rather
whatever.
Than a whole chicken.
And we haven't been able to do it.
Turkey.
We've just done whole chickens and whole turkeys.
Right.
And really looking at it because we think we're going to be able to do that. Yeah. We're stepping it up.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Cece. She said that's what she means. It's a lot of work, and sometimes that means you edit during times you'd rather not be editing.
That's a fact.
I have to remind myself because Nick stays up a lot at night when it's real quiet in the house, and I end up going on to bed without him, And I have to just remind myself this is what we're doing. This is it now. You know,
It's part of it now.
Yeah. So
I'm ready to go to bed, but we've got to get a video out.
Well, you know, you give and take. Do I want him to have time to make a video of quality? So I've got to give him the time without, you know, pulling him away for other things or even content, you know, like Christmas. He had to, my family's Christmas, he had to do work at the farm while making content, but sacrificed that one function for it because we were behind that week because of the rain.
Right. We were already behind. She said Angie said that's a lot of birds. I'm doubling our number of layers too, Angie. Yes. Because and we've done a little bit of video on it. We're going to finish our camper coop. We have a camper that we're using as a mobile coop, and it should hold a lot more birds than we have now, very comfortably.
Yeah.
So I plan on doubling our number of layers and trying to get as close as possible to doubling our number of broilers. But
layers are a lot more hands-off.
Yes.
And a lot more hardy.
So here is something for people thinking about goals. That's a good way to put it.
Yes.
Plan out the steps now. And that's exactly what I'm doing. We are steady in planning stages now. Our biggest goal for this year is moving to the farm.
That's a big goal.
Moving to the farm.
That's a massive goal because there's nowhere to move to at the farm. So we are waiting on doors, the right doors to open, you know, whether it be
Cece's excited about that.
Yeah. You know, whether it be a mobile home. My thoughts on it are we get a mobile home for now that's big enough for our family that's growing, not growing in me, no, growing.
No, it's not possible.
I needed to clarify that.
You know when people get started. Yeah,
our kids are growing. You know, we've got a 13, an 8, and a 4. They're only going to get bigger. So if we could put a mobile home of a nice size.
Cassie thought he was funny.
Because if we build a house, we would have to build a house to accommodate a large family. That large family is not going to be there forever.
No.
So we don't need to build a house for a large family. We need somewhere there now for our large family. And then we can take time to... Hush, Cassie.
No, not a possibility, Cassie.
But if we take time, you know, we can
take our time. Funny.
Yeah, right. We can take our time, and then we can build the house we want with enough space for us, and you know, just 1 or 2 rooms rather than having to accommodate for these kids that are growing.
And an office area to edit where I don't have to sit in the living room.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's funny, but I put headphones in and just try to dive in and pay attention, but my goodness.
Cassie said anything's possible if God wants it, and that's why they make adoption. That's why they make fostering.
Yes, and that is not off the table.
It is not off the table.
We have talked about that.
We just need God to provide us the room.
That's right.
So
we are surrounded by a lot of couples that foster, and that's still not enough. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're definitely.
Miss Sarah said Rhett needs a little brother or sister or both.
I don't know about Rhett. I don't know if Rhett be happy about it.
He has Bandit and Holly, and there's a brother and a sister, both.
But we've talked about it. Fostering is not off the table.
No, fostering is not off the table, but I will not be.
Not off the table.
I will not.
But no, she won't be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, Rhett has Jingle.
What?
I'm just thinking about Rhett and just, oh, he's enough. Goodness. See, I was out there with the goats yesterday and I was knelt down looking at something and Jingle come and got in my ear and was like moving my hair. It was so funny. I was like, are you okay? Because he don't ever get that close to my head, but that was so funny.
Angie said that sounded like Wes trying to do his day job and film and edit and all with headphones on. Working from home does not work.
It's not good.
I've tried it. I have the ability to work from home at times, and it does not work out for me.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be in my office with
And I mean, I would like that too.
with
that
no
way
Rhett
we can
hanging
have
off my
a
neck.
place to set up, a setup area, desk, everything where we can put all of our farm stuff and just we need a dedicated area. So that is our
She said Gary only works from home when they're gone.
yes.
We've done that.
Yeah.
There's been occasions where I had no choice but to work from home.
And I will take the kids and go do things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss Dawn said she's on her second tour of duty raising her 3 grandbabies. And one of them is a baby.
I mean, Nora's reminding you that you'll have grandkids
That's right.
coming to stay. So you still need a little bit of room.
I do. And I always think about that but bunk beds.
No, you're right.
I would but right now we would need at least a 4-bedroom house. And we don't, right now we have 3. But we're in a small house and we need to be at the farm. We need 4 bedrooms, an office, and a big kitchen for all my baking. I need a mud room.
You do.
I mean, these are not just things I want. These are things we need.
No, that is a fact. So that's coming.
Yeah.
That's coming. But
I'm just praying about all of it.
It's like she pointed out, though, Cece was talking about how they built some of them now and some that we've looked at. Zoe has picked out already.
I want the Beth Dutton.
She has picked out different farmhouse style mobile homes that has everything she's looking for.
Mm-hmm.
The mud room, the huge pantry. I want the fireplace. And when I build a house, it's going to have a fireplace.
We want a wood-burning fireplace.
But all that can be there and us not be too big where when we do build, we don't have to build quite so large.
Yeah.
Because that's...
Miss Sue, that sounds like a triple wide, but the price of a triple wide, oh my goodness. Back before pandemic hit, we went and looked at some beautiful double wides and triple wides. And we were like, okay, maybe, thank you.
There was a triple wide that had an outdoor kitchen that came with it, and it was amazing.
And we were like, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe this is, okay, we can do this. We've never really had it on the table. And then we're like, well, we like these. These are good.
Mm-hmm.
We can put a good foundation. It's just... Then pandemic hit and the one we looked at is still sitting there on the lot for $40,000 more than what they were asking in 2020.
Yeah. But also in late 2019, we were about ready to pull the trigger on building at the farm. And within 3 months, the cost of my materials had gone up $60,000.
Right.
I saw where Cassie said her dad said he could build a house for that when he was looking at them. He's right. Now that you're seeing some of it come down,
they are starting to come down now. I've kept my
eye. But the square foot price on building is still a little up there.
Yeah, I've kept my eye on that Beth Dutton. That's the name of the plan, and I've got my eye on it, and I'm just waiting on it to come down just a little bit more because it's perfect. It's perfect.
The only thing is that some of these that I looked at, there's a good chance that if we did buy that, I would never build.
Yeah, we've had friends. No, we would because
I don't know if I would or
we
not.
would because this is our forever land. Like this is where we're gonna be. A mobile home is not gonna last forever, and we
Yeah, that's
will
true.
eventually want it to be.
I'm not
what
gonna last
we
forever
want.
either.
No, but we'll have a house that can be passed on. You
Yeah.
know?
But
And I'm
that's
speaking it, and I've told you before, wouldn't it be wild to have farm help that we could have on the farm? I'm just speaking it. To be able to have farm help.
Zoe thinks if we put a mobile home out there, Cassie's having trouble typing. Oh,
It's them fat
Zoe,
fingers.
I'll go ahead and tell y'all what she's talking about. Zoe has mentioned this
I am
before
shooting for them.
that we will put a mobile home out there, and when we build,
We're
whoever
our
is
farm-
helping our farm will be living in the mobile home.
I just
That's what she
know
said.
that our farm is going to prosper enough because we are working. We are working hard. The economy is going to do something and it's going to be needed. We already know that we are supposed to.
Can it be me? You've got all the farm you can handle already,
I'll
Cassie.
come live in your barn.
Oh, her vacation home. She wants to be her hunting lodge.
And be okay too. Because, like I've told you that from the beginning, we are supposed to feed our community.
I agree with that.
We thought it was with the garden, but I'm not very good at gardening apparently because I'm not reaping what I think I should be. But we are finding our place in meat.
That's a fact.
And I just feel like we are supposed to feed our community because we have sold a lot of chicken, but we have given away as much chicken as we've sold.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And I feel like that is only because we are being good stewards of what is being given to us, because we talk about it. If we're not handling what we have now, the Lord's not going to bless us and take it and multiply it. So if we're being good stewards of what we have right now, then I feel like we're only going to grow. Am I making sense?
Well, I mean that's straight out of the Bible.
I think
really.
I'm just talking in circles.
No, that's straight out of the Bible. If you are a good steward with the little things, then
right, that's what I'm trying to say.
You can be trusted with bigger things.
Right. So I do think that maybe one day we're going to need some farm help.
I really don't think the garden is off the table though, because
we haven't found.
We've had some ideas for that to be.
Angie said we raise the meat and they'll raise the veggies.
Okay,
yep.
That could happen.
Right. She says, Cassie said, when you give money to the Lord, He repays it tenfold. That's right. We are very. What am I trying to say? We know that firsthand about.
Oh, absolutely.
About tithing.
And that's we've talked about that video about how faith has played a hand in this, and we don't have it done yet, but that's a huge part of that video is exactly what's happened, how it's happened, and how there's no way we did it on our own.
Right.
So, yeah, how some of that occurred, how we made our last trip to Oklahoma
is a testimony in itself.
I actually had an elder come up and ask me to tell that story because I had told him what happened, and he said, you're about to repeat that, and he went and got somebody that he wanted me to tell the story to. And and one of our trustees came over and said, hey, tell me what happened with the trip to Oklahoma.
That's right.
So when we went to the Video Creators Conference, it was Well, that's just part of the video. I can't tell it
We
now.
really need to get that one put together.
I need to finish it, yes.
Mhm.
But we're playing.
She's talking about that the cost almost doubled when they were planning to add.
And you can't find anybody to do the work. That's
Yep.
like Jason and Brooke. They have had the hardest time
They are
getting people to do the work
that they promised to do. Just show up for what you're promised to do.
She's a cliffhanger. It's an interesting story, Cassie, and I should have. There was times I could have shared some of that story while we were out there, but some of it happened after the conference part.
It did.
It's a good story though. It'll make a good video. We've got to put that out there, but just getting there was out of our hands. That wasn't our doing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to apologize to anybody that's on here watching the replay, live, whatever, about our replies to comments. Something that we have always focused on is making sure that we tried to reply to every comment just because we're still able to. We're still small enough where we can. So
Nick is dangling that story like bait. You got us all caught. Now reel us in.
Well, that's the point. You'll have to watch that video. I'm letting you know what's coming. That way, when that video pops up, you know what it is.
That tomorrow.
We can.
Let's work on that.
It's time to get it out, but we already have a video ready to come out. It's got a surprise in it too, but that one's already, the content's already in there.
Just keep going.
It's ready to go.
Okay, keep going.
But anyway, that one's coming out this week though.
Yes.
We don't have to
that
still
one can
do
be for
that.
Sunday.
But anyway, these last couple of weeks, we have been terrible about getting back to people. I know that I've replied to some comments that were like 2 weeks old.
Yeah, well.
And I think I tried to get caught up, but with weather and holidays and timing, we have really messed up.
You being off, we have spent a lot of time trying to catch up on
almost every daylight hour is at the farm.
We've really been trying to catch up, tie off loose ends, and do some things we've needed to do.
Now,
well, it's nearly impossible. It is. It really is nearly impossible.
Well, it's possible for us because we're still small enough to be able to do that, and that's why we put that focus out there, is to make sure people know that we appreciate, hey, what few are here, we're glad to see you.
Yeah.
And some people just can't. They have so many comments. There's no way, that some of these bigger channels like Cassie and Gary, there's no way they can respond to all the comments they get.
Right. Yeah.
There's not enough time in the day.
Yeah.
And Jason and Brooke, there's no way. It's not possible. They cannot get everything done.
Right. Well, we've talked with them about
and to do that.
And he's like he says, it would be a full-time job just to sit and take time to reply to each one. And at some point, he's got to have time with his family after he's put in his time.
Look at Karen throwing this out there. I know I think Diana did it earlier. They're reminding y'all to hit that button.
They are. Yeah. Look, there's Miss Lucy doing it too.
Miss Lucy's putting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Where did that go?
It's at the top in blue.
Oh. There we go.
We're going to do better.
We are going to get caught up. I am just trying to make sure if you got a reply and was like, man, I said that 2 weeks ago, it's because I was trying to get caught up.
Yeah.
I know some of y'all were like, why is he replying now? Because we said we would.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, some comments I just will not respond to, but I don't think they expect replies.
I just want to say one thing. Nothing we do is for views. I just want to say that. I will say this. We had a comment because she said she was going to unfollow us because we castrated our pigs for the views.
Y'all, we are a working farm.
You guys, that was the most stressful thing I have done on this farm to date. Why in the world would I put myself through that?
Personally, I think you passed out for views, but
Yeah, right. But why would somebody put theirself and their animals through that for views? We don't get thousands of views. We get 200 or 300. Okay, it is not worth 200 or 300 views to have to castrate pigs.
no,
And I don't. Y'all,
it's just not.
If there any person who watches us, they know we are not those kind of people. So why?
We are very different than a lot of the channels that y'all watch, in that we are a working farm that's animal based.
Yes.
We're not. We grow some vegetables, but a lot of them are a lot better at it than us and grow a lot more of them.
Oh yeah.
Right. That's just, they are.
Yeah.
and we want to focus on that more, but we are a working farm. I'm a farm first that just happens to video some of it. But if y'all saw the first of it or watched the live last week, or what was it, Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday when we talked about it. The first day of castrating did not go well, and actually none of the castrating part was videoed that day. Not intentionally. I mean, it wasn't like we meant to not video it. We just...
Right.
It was not going well. Zoe was upset. It didn't need to be videoed. We had to get everything reeled back in. We talked to some friends that they were like, no, you're doing what you're supposed to do. So it was just to settle Zoe down, get her used to it. And
thank you, Miss Dawn.
The next day we moved on and got it done. But
y'all, I told Nick, I said,
we're not worried about, well, you don't
hey Jody,
do these things with your animals to make views go up. I mean, it's just,
I told Nick,
it's not the way it works.
I said, I have never told you I did not want to do something on this farm. And Wednesday, before we come on and did our live, I was done. I did not want to do any more of it. I didn't want any part in it. I would have rather lost money and let somebody come in and do it than have to do that. And we regrouped. We talked to some people who told us what we're doing is fine. We're doing it right. Here's a little bit of ways to adjust.
I'm going to be very transparent. I'm just going to put it out there. It's not on the video, but I'm going to tell you what you...
That's right. Angie said sometimes it's just a take care of it day and not a film it all day.
That's it. And you just mentioned them. There's Jamie from Seven Stands Farm.
That's right. Man,
so
he saved the day.
I'm going to be very transparent in the part. I'll tell you what you didn't see, what didn't get videoed, and what had Zoe upset was that she thought they were bleeding more than they should. I sent some messages, talked to Jamie at Seven Stands Farm. I talked to Chuck at Sheridan Park Farm, who are both very knowledgeable pig farmers, or farmers with pigs. I won't call them pig farmers, but they're farmers with pigs. But
what? Rhett, put it down.
There was not an issue. Some of it was to be expected. Chuck actually gave us some tips on how to dial it in. Jamie said it sounds like everything's fine, but it was freaking Zoe out. It wasn't that anything was going wrong. We didn't have any animals die. We didn't have any in torturous pain.
No.
Everything was going as it should. We just wanted to make sure that was the case. What, buddy?
After your sister wipes your face.
I just told you that.
Let sister wipe your face off.
I think he's been drawing on his face.
He has.
Yeah.
But
so
I want to be very transparent about what you missed, because the epic fail part didn't involve the pigs. It involved Zoe had a car park.
I did, y'all.
She had an absolute meltdown because she thought we are torturing these pigs. And I was like, baby, this is castration.
Yeah, G&G said spray some blue spray in there and they're just fine. That's
exactly what we were doing. But what Chuck recommended was just to pull. He said the cutting is making it bleed a little more and a little longer, but everything is going fine. It was the fact that whether they're feeders or not, we still care about our animals.
Absolutely.
And Zoe sees everything as a baby. So,
yeah.
And she was like, I can't do this. I'm going to hurt one of our pigs. And I was, we got it reeled back in, and but there it is. I put it out there. That's what you missed the first day. When it had nothing to do with the animals themselves.
When I process chickens, you want to do it in a quick way. So you want to dispatch in a way that they don't feel it, and it ends quickly. And so for me, I have that because they are coming to an end, And so, yes, it's messy, but I did it quickly and they're coming to an end quickly. And then I have these little piggies that I have to make an incision on twice, but I don't want them to die,
Yeah. And that's what Zoe said was the difference to her was, I was like, Zoe, you have dispatched hundreds of chickens.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, but they're not supposed to die.
Right.
These pigs are, well, we didn't have any die. We didn't kill anything.
We didn't have any that even were lethargic or
we don't have any still bleeding, nothing. It's just,
my mind was just,
it was a learning curve.
There it is.
Oh my goodness.
My gosh.
Farmer Rhett wants to say, hey.
There you are. We were talking about the piggies. What do you want to tell them about the piggies?
Because they're balls.
Can you say that on video?
Well, all right. That wasn't what I was wanting you to tell
That
them.
wasn't exactly what she was getting at, I don't think, Rhett. Hey, Miss Angie said,
Everybody
hey.
said hey.
Jackie said hey. Miss Lucy said hey.
What you doing? Where are you going now? Huh? Where are you going? You going over there? Okay.
Everybody saying hello, Farmer Rhett.
Just a little bit right here.
Just a little bit right here. Okay.
Hey.
But, yes, I hate everybody saying that that's just part of it, and it is. But it's the first time I've had to deal with anything like that because we haven't done any banding or anything with our goats.
Right. Not yet.
Right. So
I just got from Christmas.
No, buddy, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Pulling all the toys out.
You've already showed your Christmas toys.
No, this one.
No.
We're not doing that right now. So we
the part about the comment that bothered Zoe
you wanna
was
sit down and play your
saying
Xbox? Go sit in the
you
chair.
did that for
Let's just sit down on
views,
Xbox.
and why would you show that?
And it was unholy.
Because that's part of our farm. We're showing what we do.
Yes.
And I'm not going to have a livestock farm and produce meat for people and then let you think that I'm just out there petting them and feeding them. We have some that are not going anywhere, but we're also a working farm.
Right.
And that's what we're showing.
Yeah.
And
Right,
hey,
baby.
it's come or go, buddy.
Hey, you can't. Yeah.
Can I play the?
As soon as we get
I
through,
told
me
him-
and you will drive the tractor.
Why don't you play Disneyland?
Can I play Minecraft?
No.
We're not playing Minecraft. Get up. Come on.
Can I play
Britt
Pop-Pop?
said Farmer Rhett makes her giggle.
He has too. We're just not always sure what he's gonna say.
Yeah,
Can
and
I play Paw Patrol? Can I
Yes.
play Paw Patrol?
yes,
Yes, get up there and play Paw Patrol.
goodness.
Anyway, that was. We don't.
Hey, you're gonna have to be quiet if you're
You
gonna
can't
do
do
it.
it loud.
Rhett, you're gonna have to be quiet if you're gonna do it.
So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that
She said Miles asked to play Minecraft too.
we.
Well, Rhett
doing it-
being 4, he doesn't understand the buttons anyway. He just goes around in a circle and
Well,
Here's
chances
what it
8
is.
he don't even really.
No.
Minecraft has. We're not even going there because Minecraft don't even have a purpose.
Rhett,
He's fine.
he's
yeah.
either gonna quit or he's gonna go back in yonder.
Get up there and sit down so you
Here.
can play your Xbox.
Here.
No, baby, you can't sit right here and do it.
Sheena said Richard said Mac done a good job holding them pigs down. There was some of them. It took 2 of us.
There was.
I actually told Nick. I said I quit. You can call
Yeah.
Richard and get him to come, and he can hold them
She
down.
actually did throw Richard into that mix.
I did. I said Richard's strong enough. He can hold them. I'm done.
So I saw someone ask if we had. I think it was G&G Farm asked if we had the leg holders. Zoe and Mac.
Yeah,
That's our leg holders.
yeah. That might be something we should.
We started out. Hey,
I'll play race car.
buddy, if you're gonna be loud, you're not gonna do it at all.
Can I play race car?
No, you
Yes, I don't care.
don't. Okay.
But anyway,
Alan
We
said
do-
younger the better. Yes.
well, and I actually asked advice on that as well, and
They said it makes it a 1-person job.
the advice I got was that it's less stressful if you catch, wean, worm, castrate all at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Our only thing was by the time we got them caught, just because of the things that were going on, we were a couple weeks late already.
Yeah.
If we had done them 2 weeks earlier, it would have been a whole lot easier.
Thank you, Miss Sharon. She said, "Have a pretty smile." That's how it's done for TV and smartphone. We're
Yeah.
just, we've watched videos like this the same way we did with chickens. We watched them and we watched them until we knew every step that we needed to do.
Yeah.
And so we did it, and we've learned from it. Next time will be easier.
Well, next time is definitely going to be easier because we'll be on schedule.
Yes.
We won't be 2 weeks late getting them
Right.
done.
That made a huge difference in their weight, their size.
It did.
And yes, we already have it in our marked of when
Mhm.
we still gotta have some Gertrude.
Gertrude should farrow around Valentine's Day.
And so we already have it on the calendar of when it would be time to do hers,
Mhm.
which we won't have as many to do then either.
No, this was 3 litters.
Yeah.
That's something that I told Jamie. I was like, well, 15 is a lot to castrate on your first time. He said, 15's a lot if you've done it before.
Yeah. And what it took us to do 5 on the first day, we got all 10, the other 10 done
Yeah, the second.
in less time, I'm pretty sure. Because
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
we went a little faster. So anyway, I just wanted people to know that we did not do it for views. I promise you that. We just let you guys come along with us as we did something we had to do anyway. That's, and that's what this whole farming YouTube,
Nothing let me have
Facebook.
it.
Buddy,
She's setting it up for you.
she's getting it started
She's
for
getting
you.
it started. Go sit down with her and play the video game.
She's getting it started for you.
But that's what this whole social media farming is we don't do it for you guys to see. We do it because we have to do it, and we just let you guys see what we're doing.
Yeah, we're just
And
sharing.
it might not be that way for everybody, but that's how it is for us. We got to do it either way.
Well, and I
Hey,
understand.
Wendy.
I understand that a lot of people that watch and comment grew up on farms. Hey, that's the way we did it. This is the way my uncle did it, or my grandfather, or whatever. But there's a lot of people that don't want to see that side, and that's why I put, hey, This will be over at this point of the
Right.
video.
Right.
I'm letting you know it's
We
starting.
took every.
That way, you know that, hey,
Yeah.
this is part of what they're doing, but I'm not going to be forced to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, nobody's forced to watch it, but you'll be able to watch our videos without that being thrown on you.
Yeah, we're not just gonna be like, "Wham bam, it's in your face. Here it is." And you ain't got time.
You know,
It's like when somebody sneaks a snake
And
in
look,
on a video.
hey,
Y'all.
I love the videos too where, hey,
Mm.
that's enough. I like the channels that
Show.
have their
Yeah.
animals as a character.
Yes. Oh yeah.
But I also like the channels that are showing me the true part of farming.
Right. Yes.
And that's two different genres.
It is.
And
Hey, Miss Ann.
we have a little bit of both. But it is what it is.
It is.
There's Miss
That's all right.
Ann Dale.
Yeah.
I jumped on a live with Miss Ann the other day. I didn't get but a few minutes, but I at least said hello.
Yeah. So let's talk about.
Aunt Lucy talking about getting a chicken ready.
Let's talk about what was your. Let's talk about 2022 goals we accomplished.
Oh, that we accomplished.
What is something in the beginning of the year we wanted to get done and did?
Zoe, I don't know that any of what we accomplished was a goal.
Oh, that's true.
I can't sit here and say, hey, I had this goal to have this many pigs raised or to be at this point with chickens or.
Our goal was to rotate.
Now, I'll take that back. I do know of two things that I wanted to get done.
What?
Widening our front gate,
Yes.
building that gate, which we did,
and it's beautiful.
and getting our pigs in the woods, raised in the woods.
That's right.
I did have those two goals, but everything else I didn't have in my head before it happened.
We wanted to rotationally graze the pasture over one time,
Mm-hmm.
and we did most of that.
We did do that. Well,
The
we've
only
still
part-
got a lot of untouched
Well,
pasture.
I'm talking about open pasture. We did all but the top where the doves were.
Yeah.
We've rotated every bit of the rest of it. That's open pasture. We have.
After you're done with the live, can I drop the truck on Farming Sim?
Yes.
On Farming Sim. Hey, Papa's Kitchen.
That's all he wants to do,
Hey, Miss
drive the truck.
Dorothy.
Yes,
Yes.
you can, buddy.
So, what is
There's my
Miss
cousin Missy on here.
Linda asked if we ate black eyed peas.
We did not. I eat black eyed peas anytime, but we did not do it for New Year's.
We did.
It hadn't worked for me for the last
I know.
45
I said,
years.
Nick, we got to get all this stuff. He said it ain't worked in the last 45 years.
I don't think
Maybe if
what
we
I
don't,
eat on
it'll
New
work.
Year's has anything to do with it. And you're washing laundry on New Year's anyway,
I've
so what
done
difference
2
does
loads
it make?
of laundry. I've rearranged the furniture, swept and mopped the living room because we got all our Christmas taken down yesterday.
Where G&G Farms, where are you located? So where they said they were building their farm.
It's hard work, but I feel like I've returned home. It's all learning to me because I've never done any of this. I've always just had a dog. I've never had any kind of farm animals. We did pork chops.
Mhm.
Farmer Rhett asked for macaroni and cheese.
He always asks for macaroni and cheese.
We did collards.
We did do the collards.
What else did I do? Salad. We did some Caesar salad and rolls.
G&G is really close to my work
They are.
on 37 Talbot County line. They are really close to where I work.
What road do you work on?
Off of 37.
Oh, okay. Oh,
They're
not.
near the Flying Peach. Okay.
Well, we know what that is.
Yeah, I think everybody on here knows where the Flying Peach is. They watch Jason and Brooke go there so much.
Uh-oh, Mel's on a liquid diet, so no black-eyed peas there.
Well, we have our 21 days of fasting coming up.
It starts tomorrow.
And I don't know if I'm going to do... I don't know that I would ever do that Daniel fast again. That thing like to have killed me.
The Talbot County line is their property line.
Okay.
So you know exactly where that is.
Yes.
We, Miss Sue's going to go there when she comes in April.
To the Flying Peach?
Uh-huh. It's so good. It's so good.
Yes, Miss Lucy.
We love
purple
I
hulls. We
put up
grow
a
purple
bunch.
hulls.
I actually sent some purple holes to what's his name?
Hey,
Uh-oh.
Get back with Matt.
Mr. Your band director.
Oh, Miss Swindle.
Yeah, I sent some to Mr. Swindle up north. We grew purple holes and dried them and have them in storage now, and so I actually shipped some up north to somebody who hadn't had none in a little while. Black Fence Red Gate.
Joyce said she knows where the Flying Peach is. She's been there 3 times, hadn't gotten eaten there yet.
Oh no!
They've been sold out or just busy.
Might have been closed for
Or
the
closed.
season.
Now they are closed this time of year.
She had ribs and kraut. Her mother-in-law said it's supposed to bring you good luck all year long. That sounds good.
Well, Joyce, this time of year they are closed for the season.
Mm-hmm.
But you're on Facebook, so if you'll follow them on Facebook, they give you the dates that they're open.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they usually cook
Yeah.
to sell out, so they can sell out pretty quick during the day.
Right, you gotta turn it down till we're done, okay? Turn it down because we can't have the.
We're fixing to be
sound.
done here in a minute, buddy.
Yeah, we'll be done in just a few minutes.
But if it's loud on there, they won't be able to hear.
Okay, so goals for the year. Let's do it. Goal number 1 for me: to get my boundary of my garden up and at least 4 raised beds. That
Okay.
I would like to do. I would like to do before spring. Okay. Another one I would like is I would like to get a few of our berms and swales done and what we already have moved.
He said, "Y'all leave Red alone."
We have to reel it in.
A little bit. It
Yeah.
has to be reeled in just a little. You see, you're getting off into my goals now. You're talking about the berms.
Uh-huh.
That's part of my orchard goal. So the orchard is coming because I already wanted to do an orchard. We had an area that we were talking about doing an orchard, and then we had our visit from Wes and Angie, and they're like, "Well, you definitely need to do the orchard style that they were talking about, training the trees and all that." I've walked through Jason's with his, and I'm on fire for, hey, this
Perfect.
will be great.
Mm-hmm.
And we already have the terraces there. We just have to put berms in between them.
And something I
We'll be good to
learned
go.
from watching who's down south Homestead, is that their name?
Deep South
Deep
Homestead.
South Homestead is we're growing vegetables, we're not growing plants.
Yeah.
So looking at how they do the trellising and all, you're growing fruit, you're not growing trees or plants.
And it's a minimal amount of tree for the fruit it produces. And I know that it works because the picking days that they have at Petals from the Past,
yeah.
everybody in the county goes out there and they have plenty for you to pick. on
And
a limited
that's-
amount of space.
And they always have some. Yeah, we got to plant a new pear tree.
Yeah, I certainly made sure to point that out. So it ran over my pear tree.
Yeah, Renee said, "How much land do we have? We have 40 acres.
Mm-hmm.
About half wooded, half
It's
pasture.
about half and half. It's about 18 acres of pasture
Mm-hmm.
out of the 40.
Pat said we can get Miss Coghill to do the tractor work.
I saw where
She's
she
on-
can do that burn in about 12 minutes.
You're gonna
And
try
I
and
am going to try to do it in less
beat that.
because I'm doing it a little bit differently.
Yes, and we talked about that.
We
with
actually
him, and
talked.
she was-
We talked to Brooke and Jason about how we were planning on doing it. He said that sounds like that would work. And naturally, we would video it, but she got hers done in about 12 minutes. And the way she did it with the tiller and then going back with the bucket, going down the sides, and that's pretty fit. That's pretty fast.
Yeah, well, she's done it quite a bit.
She has. I'm throwing the gauntlet down.
That's right.
Well, I'm kind of cheating. I've got a piece of equipment that I believe is going to build that berm with having a turning plow. I'm going to try to go down one side, rolling it over, come down the other way, rolling it back into itself, and then all I have to do is flatten the top. And that, we'll see. We'll see if that works. We don't know if it's going to work yet.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to call her.
G&G said we just want to get our fencing done in the spring and boundary for the garden. She's working on the tractor while her husband works. You have to.
Zoe has plenty that she does while I'm on my regular job, and it would not get done if she was not doing it during the day.
Yeah.
There's
That's, in the boundary for the garden, that's something like I can't put up fencing tight, but I can get it ready for fencing I've said it before, I can do the things to prepare you to help me or for me to help you when you're there for the things. I can go ahead and get those things out of the way. That way, when you come in, you're not having to do stuff that I could have already taken care of.
Miss Joyce said, is there a video? If you're asking about Brooke doing it in 12 minutes, yes, there was a video of that this week. There's not a video of ours yet because I haven't done it yet.
Right.
We don't know if it's going to work yet, but there will be a video of us attempting it.
Right.
And it may be me at the end saying, well, there's another epic failure.
But I'm just ready to start moving toward that.
Yeah.
And
Hey, buddy, I see.
We've had our birds on the area, on the pasture where we wanted to put the garden, and we've just moved them a little bit. So it's time for us to start working on that garden area and getting it ready.
G&G Farms asked about the temporary fencing that they used and how we used it almost exclusively.
Yes, we
except for our one strand that we have the pigs in. That's what everything is in.
We only have one permanent fencing, our hardwire fencing up, and that is our catch pen for our pigs right now.
Yes, and it's just panels with single strand run inside it to train them on.
Everything else we have is netting.
The Premier One netting, yes.
Because we exclusively do rotational grazing, so we have to. Now, eventually, I hadn't got Nick quite on board with it, but I would love to put some hard fencing up for the goats. But right now, we are utilizing them for cleaning up the boundaries of the farm.
Yeah.
And so...
Thank you, Pat.
I can't get him on board with that just yet.
Well, I don't have a permanent area I want them in.
Yeah.
Yet. I
really, really want to do burn the underbrush, and then we can see where we could run them through, have some pasture and wooded area for them. That would be cool.
Eventually. But we're letting them do their job right now, and actually them doubling with the pigs for the clearing. But the goats, for now, don't have a permanent area. They are in netting or Birds are all in netting. We actually have netting for the pigs, but single strand is even easier to put up than that. So that's what we'll stick with. If we could get goats to stay in single strand, we'd do that with them, but they won't stay in it.
No, they just jump over it. She said her baby hears Farmer Rhett. She's just talking away over here to him.
She can hear
He's
you.
sitting in the chair over there playing the Xbox,
She
talking
can
to
hear
himself.
you. He's talking to himself and making engine noises and all kinds of stuff.
He's playing Paw Patrol.
So, before we have to go, I got to give you my goals.
Yes.
Besides the orchard, which you took already.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
We're on the same page.
We're on the same page, baby. And you're going to love my
Rat.
first goal, too.
Rat.
That you'll love my first goal.
Okay.
Water lines.
Yes. Let's go.
Hey, Rhett.
Uh-oh. You dropped your moat.
That's
Get
what
it up.
happens.
Get it up.
The water lines.
Mm-hmm. Water lines are a big investment.
Water lines and the hydrants out across that pasture, because
Much needed.
with rotational grazing, it's hard to get water to them.
Yes.
That and the Anna White greenhouse. That's the design that Zoe has picked out, and I plan to have that done by spring. So that's my 2 goals.
It would be cool to put we've talked about different placements for the greenhouse. It would be cool to put it where, what if we
That's
had
enough. That's enough.
what if we had it where it cut through from the garden to the orchard? Like a front door and a back door,
What?
a greenhouse.
Maybe.
There's so many options. There's
Zoe
many
has so
options.
many garden plans.
I do, and it's gonna be
Thank you,
beautiful.
Linda.
Because Nick is the symmetrical and I'm the whimsical, and so together it's gonna be beautiful. Lots of O's.
Maybe.
I think so. Yes. See, she said get doors. Yep. And I want viney stuff everywhere. But I want square boxes with round arches.
You want rectangular boxes.
Yeah, that's true. I have it in my head. One day it's gonna all come to fruition, and I'm just gonna be in heaven.
It's gonna be something for people to be able to look at.
I
when we're
just want
walking
something.
through.
Right. We have a working farm, so nothing about it other than the natural landscape is visually stimulating.
Right.
And I want an area that just draws you in and gives you a way to get away from the rigidness of a working farm.
Look what Angie said.
What?
She said, what happened? There we go.
Y'all are a protege partnership. That's it. I want a protege. I don't know how it'll turn out, and I have it in my head exactly what I want. I want beautiful flowers with producing vegetables,
Yeah.
whimsical, inviting, with clean lines. How about that?
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So no high tunnel. Maybe
No.
a high tunnel.
We could do a high tunnel
We
one
got-
day, but it's not going to be part of this garden.
No.
This garden's going to be something for you to walk through and look
Right.
at. What, buddy?
He
I
caught
see.
it. He caught it.
He had to have a high five.
Alan said he had an idea of what he wanted our farm to look like. Even unfortunately, it resembles Sanford and Son.
He wanted it to look like Eden. We'll see if it gets there.
But luckily,
That's,
it's something that we can grow on.
that's
You know,
going to be
the
our
garden.
winter, so you'll see it happening as it happens, because
But
that's going to be
one
our
of our
winter.
next projects is to go ahead and start laying out those boundaries
Mhm.
and getting boxes built, and then it can grow. It can either grow or it can downsize. It's adjustable because nothing is set in stone. That's like Angie said that earlier. Nothing is set in stone. we have all these goals.
Thank you, Angie. Wes finally got the collards ready.
But nothing is just because there are goals don't mean they can't shift into a different goal or a different time frame. So yeah.
I have certain things that I want us to have done by spring.
Yeah.
It may not all happen, but a lot of our garden stuff is going to happen before our next spring just because of necessity. We need it to happen before then. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's all I got for tonight.
Yeah. I think it's time to settle in. We've been going and going and going and busy and doing and everybody.
I've got another turkey to break down. We're grinding turkey, so
we are learning how to make ground turkey. We had a few turkeys we didn't sell, so we've thawed them out, and we are gonna go grind up some turkey and have us some fresh turkey to cook with for dinner a few times.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. All right, you guys. We'll see y'all Wednesday, 8 o'clock. We'll
Bye,
see y'all
guys.
then.
Yep.
I'll say bye.
Oh, okay. Come here real quick.
Come on,
Hurry,
say bye.
hurry.
Come say bye. I didn't hit the button. Say
You
bye.
didn't hit the button
Tell
yet.
them bye.
Tell
I
'em
ain't hit the button.
Bye. Bye.
Tell them love y'all.
I love
All right. Bye, guys.
you. Can you